Sean, and thanks to all of you for joining us today. I see this as a moment when we stand together to demand full equality and also our full humanity. So as Sean mentioned, I was a part of the No on AIM campaign. So this day has a lot of meaning for all of us, for history. It also brings up a lot of memories for me. And it probably brings up some memories for others who may have been in California working on the No on AIM campaign at that time. So for me, working on the campaign, the No on AIM campaign, was about saying no to discrimination and no to threatening our love and our dignity. And these are the same reasons we're here today. Over the past year, as I was part of the Washington United for Marriage campaign, I often recalled those days 5 years ago and that devastating loss. And it's an experience you don't forget. For those who work on campaigns, there's nothing like going back to a campaign headquarters after a loss. And after a loss where everyone across the country was watching you and counting on you. Lives, people's lives, and love. They were counting on you. So I know you're not supposed to take it personally, but I did. I took that loss very personally. And it's something that you don't forget, and it's something that changes you forever. So, as we know, after the years of work by tens of thousands of volunteers and hundreds of organizations, Prop 8 passed. And yesterday, we heard the arguments about repealing Prop 8. The day after we lost, and I'm sure many of you can kind of recall this feeling, I was numb and I was stunned. I went through the day quite hollow and in a state of sheer disbelief. I was also very sleep deprived. So I was walking the streets from the hotel back to the campaign headquarters, and I actually just kept thinking to myself, what just happened? I really couldn't believe it. And I also thought to myself, what is about who I am and who I love that scares people? I wondered how we, a community of full potential and strength that for decades had worked so hard to gain visibility and acceptance and access and rights, had been denied our collective humanity once again. In frustration, sadness, and I'll admit, a tinge of anger, I felt done. As a proud member of the LGBT community, I was wounded by being told, once again, that my life and my love was worth less than others, and that the love LGBT people have for their partners and families do not hold the same value. Of course, time passed, and wounds healed, mostly. The weight got a bit lighter. You recognize how living in the margins for so long, but you find strength in the support that you have, that we are resilient, and we have pressed on. It's helped by knowing that we are on the right side of history as well. Many have suffered and struggled for much longer, but helped us to arrive at this day. So as Executive Director of Pride Foundation, I am reminded, and I am privileged to be reminded daily, that our community is teaming with existing and emerging leaders who are joining the chorus, demanding fair, equal treatment for LGBT people and our families in boardrooms, in classrooms, hospitals, and all of the other institutions which we come in contact with. So it's great to be here today, working on Ref 74 with so many of you. Also validated my belief that our community is on the right side of history and making a path to history. And that history will be profound and it will be glorious. Through the Ref 74 campaign, we continue to amplify the stories of love and hope in our community and about our community. Stories of partners who have been who have been together for 40 years, or 39 years in this instance. Parents who are eager to finally plan all of their children's weddings. And faith leaders who are here again with us today, who stood strong through that whole campaign, who believed and exclaimed that we were all created equally. And while our fight for equality has been slow at times, way too slow, there is no denying that the pace that we have been on and the change that we have experienced over the last few years is the accumulation of decades and decades of difficult fights, of incredible sacrifices, and tremendous setbacks. But this day is about honoring all of you who got us to this day and all of the pioneers who paved the way before us who are not able to be here with us. What we want is for our community to be seen as the uniqueness of who we are and the strength we bring to our communities, our families, and our workplaces. And we are getting ever so much closer to that vision of our world. So on a practical level, yes, the cases before the U.S. Supreme Court are about the freedom to marry. It's also about honoring and protecting our relationships and our families. But these cases are about much, much more. And you're waiting. What is that? Ultimately, it's about upholding the values that our nation is founded upon. It's about uplifting the very soul of our country, ensuring that the pursuit of freedom, liberty, and happiness is available to all of us.
Amen!
And no matter how the Supreme Court rules, which I'm feeling very hopeful, we all know there is no going back. The wave of momentum that began to crest when we passed Referendum 74 and made history is unstoppable, and our humanity and dignity will prevail. So I'm sure, like many of you, I woke up today and quickly scanned headlines. And I was struck by one, and this is what I woke up to. Justices say time may be wrong for gay marriage case. And I say there's never a wrong time for justice. Thank you.
All right, give it up one more time for Kris Hermanns.